They're major, as usual, by my faithful co-host, Mr. Muffin Blueberry, for all our parakeet watchers out there. And today we are going to draw the nose, bros and sisters. All right, let's get started. So to draw the nose in the fantastic anatomy style or method, we're gonna start it off based on this shape, the diamond, and we're gonna make two tweaks to this diamond shape. One thing we're going to do is we're going to move these corners down. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to flatten off the top. Let's just chop the top right there. Alright, I'll put a little dotted line. So you remember that it's up there. Alright, so then this is going to give us a shape that looks something like this. And this is the basic nose from which we will modulate other noses. Let me show you how it looks on the face real quick, on the skull that we've been drawing, before I start to break it down a little further. So we've got like this. So you may have already seen this. So, and you should go. I think these videos are best watched in order, for sure. So here I rounded off the top instead of doing that, but the point is that the top's a little extra thick. And yeah, so okay, so it's gonna sit in like that. So what are the different parts of the nose looking here from front view? We've got the tip, that's easy to identify. And let's do another nose right here, and we'll make some variations. So let's say you can make the tip bigger. You know, you can mess around with the proportions of all these things. You got the bridge of the nose, which is going to connect the tip to the top up here. Maybe this bridge, you know, some people have a nose where the bridge gets wider at one point and gets skinnier at one point. Okay, now what do we do with the nostrils? Well, first off, actually I should have done this before this. This is the bottom plane of the nose. This side, nose goes like this. Oops. Alright, let's just say that's what the nose does. So this bottom plane, we're assuming the light source is coming here, so I'm going to shadow it in. There's also from the shadows. And that's going to create a little thing right here. So we can add that in if you want. Here you can see it'll kind of basically like the eye socket shape will help define that little area. So, but we can pop it in here if we want. Okay, and then the nostrils are the last things we've got to figure out. So, so what you can do is really you can just carve it right out of this bottom part. Shoot that in, and then these are going to be the sides of the nose, like that. You could consider the nostrils to be another. This is how I used to do it in the old fantastic anatomy method. I would do 3 circles and then use those to be the nostrils. But I didn't love that because it tended to create noses. I don't know, I felt like I couldn't do as much with the noses. Noses wanted to look the same. So so here we could do the same thing. Let's see, I'm going to round this off a little, maybe bring this up like that. Alright, and then tend to shade on the sides. This plane's going away from you. And then like that. So let's go ahead and do some examples on some faces. And then actually I like to go like this and just kind of go away from the middle, leaving the middle part all shiny and bright, while the rest is kind of recedes more into the shadow. I think that kind of works. It works better with pencil, it seems. Oh, and this should be dark too. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's just make a couple noses, and then that's pretty much it. I think you guys can figure it out from there. Oops. What happened there? Oh, okay. Alright. Hello? Okay. Alright, anyways. Cool. So let's do some noses. So, it makes, just like let's do this, we'll start with the basic nose, and then we'll get a little crazier. We'll get a little more fantastical. Alright, so we got it laid in like that. And I'm just going to put Oh, let me show you one more thing about the nostrils real quick before I go on to do that, because I don't think it was super clear there. Let's do this one lighter. So the nostrils can also be thought of, let's say you got these. How do I do this? This shape, alright? This is a very, I think that's like the torus shape from astronomy or whatever. But basically, this is going to, I think that's the best shape that can help you figure out how the nostrils work. And it's just variations on that shape. The other thing is, too, if the nose comes out more, or if you're looking from a more above angle, then you can just do a shape like this, which is actually what I tend to do. Unless the nose is upturned, I usually don't show it from this angle, and I just do something like this. Just the highlight and the thing. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Alright, let's do some of these. So let's do it on this guy. So I might decide to emphasize the highlight, emphasize this bottom area, adding a little indent so you kind of like get a gist of where the nostril would be, and then I kind of just shade this in like that. Maybe a little shading here, and that's pretty much it, honestly. I mean, the nose is one of those things where I feel like it's usually better left understated, unless you want a nose to be like a defining characteristic of your character. Then you probably don't want to draw too much attention to it. Alright, so let's just say that that's the nose. Alright, let's do a couple more and see what we can really do here. So you can always, let's see what ways can we mess with this shape. We can make it, I like to do it wide like that sometimes. You can make it longer and skinnier. So let's try a wide one. And let's see what would happen if we make it upturned as well. I usually do wide ones like this as well. But let's say the tip of the nose is right there. See how much higher it is? That means we're going to see the bottom. This tip was much lower towards the bottom. So we've got this shape, and then this is going to come back and tuck under. Remember? It's kind of like this shape. It's just a variation. Alright, and then I didn't put the eyes in. Let's give him big bushy eyebrows. Oh yeah, and I've got to name all my characters. I think I might have forgotten about that. This one's called Wegnard. You, sir, are named Wegnard. And you are Aliviolus. Aliviolus. Alright, cool. I think that's it. Oh yeah, you can put some of these lines where the nose folds over. See where this meets that. There might be a little boop boop, boop boop. You know, a couple little folds there, depending on the facial expression. I really like Wegnard. Wegnard. Wegnard! Why have you forsaken me? You left me here to rot, Wegnard. But you were like a brother to me. Wegnard. So sometimes it won't connect these, and that might be it. That might be enough for the nose right there. This is the guy who was forsaken by Wegnard. Molius. Why have you forsaken me, Wegnard? Left me in this awful dimension. That's it. Look, two things like that. You can just go, boom, there. Fantastic anatomy method. Oh, that was horrible. Alright, rewind. Something like that. Boom, that's it. That's a nose. Put a little shine. Bring it out like that. Maybe a little bit more shading on the lower part of the nose. Cool. Beautiful. I think I used to call nostrils nose holes for some reason. Oh, no. That's the name of the skull part. Alright, and then, you know what? Don't use the crazy shape that I'm talking about. Oh, wait, actually do use it. Look at this. Look how you can play with this so much. This is crazy. I love it. This is Wegnard's. Wegnard's older brother. Snegtard. Alright. I hope you've had a good time hanging out with me, Alleviolus, Wegnard, Molius, and Snegtard. And I hope you've enjoyed drawing the nose and maybe even learned a thing or two. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.